All right, let's try this again. Oh my god. All right, let's try this again. I just realized that I was off the mic for quite some time. Fortunately, I have realized this before we started this race. All right. First of all, welcome everyone to the Yeongnam Super Prix. For apologies for the lack of commentary until now. Didn't realize that the mic was off and no one told me, so wow, what a save. But anyways, let's get this Yeongnam Super Prix underway. Daniel Barger starts on pole position with Rindo Chihayas is really in second place. And right now we are about to get this race underway. Daniel Barger on pole position, ready to end that 3-year winless streak. He starts on pole position and we are off here in Yeongnam. It's a great start there this time for Rindo Chihayas is really, but can Barger hang around the outside? Yes, he does, and it looks to me that really has muffed up his exit in turn 1. It's going to be Daniel Barger in the lead of this race. But right now we are seeing really absolutely trying to pile on the pressure, and he does have that straight line speed to overtake Barger. Oh, and almost contact there between Ake and Barger as drivers are going to go tiptoeing at turn 3, but everyone has survived for now. Barger has just lost out on the... Yeah, Barger's just lost out on Ray Liu, who's currently leading this race for Rindo Chihaya. Absolutely on the charge. LJ has made her move against Mama Cashew. Heads back. It's going to be Ray Liu now, ahead of Daniel Barger in second. Samiyake in third, Elton Tanneral fourth, Labradors in fifth, Ricci in sixth, Asahi in seventh, Lexi Bowen in eighth, Ollie J in ninth, and Mama Cashew in the top 10. Job in 11th place. Just thinking a bit about it against Mama Cashew, who's currently running in 10th. Anyways, we are just going to check here if there's anything to report. Right, single file here that we look like from here until turn 4. That is essentially the only field place where you can actually do some overtakes. Speaking of which, Antara tries to sweep around the outside, or rather just stick around the outside to force Labrador to back up. But meanwhile, Ricci is about to take a look here. Labrador is about to take a look. Now he goes around the outside of Antara as they are about to come into turn 4. More overtakes, as we see here, and Labrador does a great move around the outside to force Antara out of the issue. Goes around, comes around, I guess. And meanwhile, Tanneral is about to be under pressure from Ricci as he now goes down the inside. Ricci, oh, hits the sausage curb there. And he does hit it with quite the whack, but not whack enough to send that car into a barrel roll. I mean, this track is pretty much infamous for making cars barrel roll, especially in the around turn 4 apex, where we see a lot of cars actually tumbling, and DNFing result. That will be another point of contention for the drivers. Relio now has opened the gap to 1.6 seconds. We will be checking into the current strategies at play pretty much soon. And Relio just has the fastest lap, 1:50.133, about 6 tenths of a second at least faster than Barger. And right now, let's just start this race. So if I were you, I wouldn't be having too much pressure, but here's the predicted pit stops here, and you can probably see why. Really is feel pretty lightly, but he is gonna go long after hit this pit stop. So we'll see if the undercut overcut strategy will work. But anyways, Richie and Joshua Asahi have traded places. Asahi is trying to make the pass onto Richie, but to not make it done. Richie absolutely placed himself in the right place at the right time. But anyways, back into the race field monitor. It's mainly expected that the drivers will be pitting at around lap 20, lap 30. That will be a case of contention to look into. As you're seeing here, Asahi check what's in front of him and in the back. Embroiled in this battle for 5th place in Taro. Or are you looking to touch to Chakalab Norris, who already pulled a massive gap onto him. That's now at 5.2 seconds. And here comes Lorenzo Ricci down the inside though. Already trying to see if we can make the move, but Atara remains steadfast around the outside, and that's going to open the door for Joshua Asahi, and that's probably what happened last lap. And here comes Joshua, now on the inside. He just needs to fully clear him if he wants to have the best chance of staying in that position. And he hits the curve, and as expected, Lorenzo Ricci manages to hold on to that place. Talking about P6 right away. Meanwhile, trying to go around the outside of Dr. Muhammad Cashew to get himself into the top 10. Sweeps around the outside. Great move from him. Cashew tries to fight back. Oh, as you can see here, Miguel hit the curve very hard into turn 5. Unsettled car. Never much allowed. Muhammad Cashew to get himself back into the top 10. Round's not over yet. In like the stages of this race, really is about to pit early. And the difference in weight from the fuel is pretty much telling. As you can see how much Relio is just staying ahead. Oh, and that's cool! A massive crash for Lorenzo Ricci. I am not sure what happened there, but that is the Hosho Marine driver in the barriers, right, almost at the start-finish line. And that will be our first retirement of the day. What happened to Lorenzo Ricci? And here's what happened. Tries to go around the outside and hits the outside wall at turn 18. The wall's coming at you pretty fast. And that will be our first retirement. And we thought it's going to be a rollover, but no. It's a Lorenzo Ricci. Just be overzealous into going around the outside against Santana. Time his move incorrectly. And has been made to pay the price. Lorenzo Ricci, who was currently sitting in 6th in the JP Split A standings. That's not going to be a solid move for him, as he will be expected to. What was supposed to be the race where he solidified his spot in the CEO Cup is now a race where the spot in the city is not even guaranteed. Massive heartbreak for the Ichimi, as their driver have now pretty much bowed out of this race. Chasing Samiaki, that was at 4 seconds, but now 2 seconds. To mean that Yeongnam has now swung onto Labrador's favor. Chaka, as you might also want to call him, is going to see if he can make the pass onto Ake, who is currently holding on 3rd place, but the pace just isn't there. Tannerau, maintaining his spot in 5th place. Mexico now ready to pounce against Asahi. Shango has made the pass on to Muhammad Cashew. Oh, and it's a flip! This is what we mentioned earlier. Muhammad Cashew tried to go around the inside at turn 4 and was overzealous on hitting the curbs. And that will be another car out of this race. That is Muhammad Cashew, who's now about to join Lorenzo Ricci on the sidelines. Meanwhile, we still got Liu on the league of his own. But also be reminded that he's only got 12 liters of field to go. Everyone else, Walker, is on 70 liters of field. So Walker is in a good position to make only 1 pit stop for this race. Alright, so anyways, back onto this race. We got Labradorus and Ake just staying where they are, and meanwhile Mikalev and Asahi, or rather Ollie J and Josh Asahi trying to go around the outside. Asahi tries to defend around the outside, but Ollie J just has a fast car right now. Pretty much a bigger race after recent events. And now she'll see if she can sweep around the outside onto Asahi. Asahi really cannot do a lot about this. Still somewhat pile on the pressure, but I think it is clear that IJ has won this battle. Just races war. Strategies are currently in play, but what type of strategy? That's a good question. We've already completed 6 laps here in Yeongnam. To listen to, or rather check out whatever it is happening in the live chat. we are just going to check what's going on here. Really, 149, 920 for him. As he continues to set the pace. Will he have enough fuel until the end for one more pit stop? Will he be at making more than one pit stop? Dan Walker, meanwhile, is safe, but can he at least close? Can he at least keep the gaps from opening any further? Meanwhile, Tanneral being a very effective block here. His race pace is actually at a 155, 5 seconds lower than the leader, Leo. But his defensive work is to be applauded, but then again, really cannot. Alright, anyways, Jake Martinez gets overtaken by Ed Sky with a sweep around the outside from the Kazamatai member. Meanwhile, we got Labradors still. Oh, and that's Maverick Duciem. Yeah, that came from out of nowhere. Duciem with an engine failure. And there he goes. Another one of our top 10 out of this race. Same goes for Mama Cashew, I just noticed. So, pretty much this is gonna be tough. We already have 3 drivers who is currently top 10 in the standings now out of this race. That's just very much control and pull. All the other drivers now still pretty much charging their way through as we now see also Wizard now go down the inside onto Shango. Shango keeps it around the outside, works the car very well, doesn't give space there to Wizard. It does acknowledge this back off. Great racing move there from Shango. Cover Wizard in his tracks. Oh, Wizard moves around the inside, possibly. That is Ollie J. Maintaining her spot in 7th place as the battle for top 5 continues to intensify. Welcome Gibbs has made the pass on to Wizard. Oh, it's just yet. Bowen continuing to show. As you can see, Bowen now absolutely having a great exit though on the final set of corners, and now line up a move into turn 1, and Tanneral tries to defend once again. At least there's a decent amount of respect for the drivers. There's not a lot of collisions and contact. And as you can see here, Bowen still cannot find that little bit of spark there to make the pass onto Tanneral. Oh, you're already having a look there, Lexi. But, oh, here's a dive bomb from, it looks like Asahi there onto Ali J. But Nothing doing for him. Have now opened up 14 seconds by the time he now gets into the pits. So we'll see how really user strategy goes. Now Roger meanwhile is about to go on and retake the lead. And it looks to me that really is going to be fully field until the end. It's just a really decided to hit right now. And basically undercut, well, plan to undercut Barger. So we will see how this strategy will unfold for the JP class cars. Wheeler continues to be stationary, and this is probably going to be bad news for him. Leo yet, as he now finally gets out. He will be set to rejoin in last place from the lead. Well, he is gonna go until the end of this race, and he still has a very long pit lane exit. Pretty much this has been at it since 2011. Anyway. LJ currently running in 6th place against Alcantara. Barker just continues to be persistent for himself. 151.2 on the last lap, stays ahead of Samiake. Now it's expected that really will not have the blistering pace that he's had in the first 10 laps. Something while we have this race continue to take shape. Right now it is pretty much a calm and collected situation after a pretty frantic first 10 laps, but once this is actually just yet, and we are now set to see Alcantara about to make moves. And right now Alcantara doing a very good job, making a very great impression. I'm not kidding here, because just look at the gap that Alcantara has had with Lexi Bowen, who's currently on charge in 4th place. lap time differences already really tell you the story. Only 150 though for Lexi, as she has now set her fastest personal time. Anyways, we got, well, I'll be real with you, like, Lexi is running a lonely race. I'll say this for sure. Currently running in fourth, and we all do see some battles here. Ed Sky and Jake Martinez now going side by side, and on the inside, but just does not have the space needed. But he is already launching very well. He's gonna go to the inside again, but he will have to manage the curbs. And that's actually a solid enough exit, but he is gonna still remain behind. This guy stays in 14th place. And still go side by side again, as you saw as they were coming into the chicane. Didn't really think they would stay that way until the end, but great racing so far from these two. In the mid pack, Asahi and Ali J trying to make the turn around. There are some moves right in here and there, but still, some very great racing. So Samiaki's Gatwater have only slightly opened up, but it's still opened up. So calm here, pretty much calm down here, but we are seeing some improvements actually from Antanaro. He's now ready to hold up on his own, so he's no longer holding everyone up. He's just basically holding himself back for the first 14 laps, and now he's pretty much ready to unleash himself. So that's a great thing to see here. Antanaro ready now, really trying to get himself back onto the saddle here. So we are about to get into 1/3 race distance. And what is the takeaway right now? Really has pitted early, but has not been able to capitalize on those gains despite starting in second. Still stuck behind that Sky. And at the very least, as it stands, the device class cars are going to score points. Will it be enough for them to qualify for the CO Cup? That's to be decided. Ollie J has a great shout. Currently running in 6th. Of course, it's not going to be enough with current results. Well, in both Yeongnam and Alcopolis, if she is to qualify for the World CO Cup. Same goes with Shango. As we now see the next driver coming into the pit, Joshua Asahi in the Koyori number 54. We'll see how far he is relative to Liu. And we'll see even more racing action here as Shango sticks around the inside to make the pass on to Mikolev. He just needs the better straight line speed or the slipstream. And then go alongside if Shango needs to have any chance to stay ahead. And he now goes ahead of Mikolev. All pretty much okay at the moment, and Taro now actually slightly closing into Lexi Bowen. Actually, right now, he's basically took off the weights, put on the afterburners. Absolutely, doing pretty well though in the end of the first stint. And the latter end of the first stint. Taro still charging as he does. And Taro just keep seeing more drivers coming in pits. That is Shango. Meanwhile, Asahi has exited and is only 3 seconds behind Really. That just shows you how much really has gambled and lost. So Shango is gonna finally get an exit, but he has a very long pit stop, and that's gonna send him down the order. He's set to go down into 15th place. Speaking of which, we are now continuing our progress into this race. Okay, just doing as usual. And speaking of which, let's not a lot of things going ahead at the moment. So we're just gonna check on what's currently happening in each of the corporal races coming up. So as it stands right now, we already have a pretty early championship picture. 2 drivers are now tied for the top end of the standings with Hiyori Mokami and Lemmy Licken. currently occupying the top end of the Car West Championships. We are seeing two drivers now finally making their pit stops. Three, actually. Bowen, Mikolev, and Ali J. They're having pretty decent pit stops as we're not seeing drivers moving up the ladder. Ali J having a pretty slow pit stop as well, but is doing pretty okay. She is going to exit what is going to be 14th place. As for the tires, everyone inside the top 10 have yet to make a pit stop as of right now. Anyways, corporate car updates from the West in Season 9. Yori Wakami and Lemmy Lincoln had a lights to flag performance in each of their races. The first one at Willow and the second one at Phoenix. And Perry Wilkinson stays in third place, only 3 points behind the leaders. So an interesting look as we're now checking into the east as well. Sarah Chinen playing for the first race in Azerbaijan, which replaces Abu Dhabi on the calendar due to the current war coming up. The war is underway. Komodo Koeki has taken the checkered flag in Azerbaijan with Siu Aisaka taking pole position in that race. The second race is currently underway. We'll keep you updated onto what happened on Corpo later on, but for now, we have more formal Hololive action to pay attention with Sami Ake trying to pile on the pressure onto Barger. Two evergreen Hololive members who had been there since 2018, with the members currently on their 9th year serving Hololive as their talents. I mean, this is we're now seeing the longevity aspect of these VTubers, and I'd say that they're doing a very good job. And right now the gaps are now pretty much opened. But anyways, we are seeing here Gonzalez trying to see if we can the Wizard. Alright, now Wizard is just just staying where he is right now. Still behind Wizard, still nothing coming between the two. Wizard doing a lot of cover, but now he was also trying to have some luck here. Again, a great exit, but you need to time your passing very well, and that is what Rosales is trying to do. We go for a move down the inside. The answer is going to be no. He's going to stay behind. Samiaki, meanwhile, still getting very close there to Barger, but again, the adage, if you remember the adage, closing in is one game, passing is another. Well, that is pretty much what you're seeing here in Yeongnam. Much race still to come. And right now, the best of the vice class drivers who has already made a pit stop. Ray Liu currently in 11th place. Has the ability to pass Ed Sky. Ed Sky has yet to make a pit stop. Okay, it looks like the mic is still on, so I guess we're still good. We're reaching the afternoon here in Yeongnam as we're seeing the potential move down the inside from Mikalev against Asahi, but then the unfortunate part is that there's nothing to report. Meanwhile, we are just seeing Ake just lose a bit of ground against Barger on that last lap. Barger doing everything in his power to basically stay in the lead and to give Hoshimachi Suisei her first win in Formula Hololive in well over 3 years. We have seen win rounds for individual talents that have spanned more than 3 years in all competitions. But for Hoshimachi Suisei, who have absolutely been seen in the bright outfits a lot between 2023 and 2024, you would have assumed that the Suisei car would have grabbed a lot of wins and be a perennial championship contender. Somehow it didn't happen, and we're only now seeing Barger finally trying to get a decent performance here for the Hoshiomis. Also, Taro goes to the pits. Same goes for Callum Gibbons. As we're now seeing cars now go into the pit stops. The next driver currently up will be Jake Martinez. He doesn't go into the pits, and he doesn't. And Taro has yet to get out. Gibbons has. And Taro with a pretty slow pit stop. That's gonna cost him dearly in the battle to, in the mid pack. Alright. We're about to come into the halfway stage, and a lot of the drivers have already made their pit stops. Daniel Barger just crossed the line a few seconds ago. So to come into the pits will be Ed Sky, currently in mid-pack, and Ozan Wizard is currently running in 4th place. Our defending race winner. And there he goes, just about backing off. Raymar Gonzalez there slightly, but no harm done just yet. And right now, seeing Wizard just staying where he is right now. On Taro continues to climb himself back up. As long as he sets consistent lap times, he may just be behind Gibbons right now. And we're seeing more side-by-side action. Here's Joshua Asahi again trying to go down the inside of the relay, but it's going to be opened by Mikolev here, as they're now going to go really side by side. This is a great chance though for Mikolev to gain the position. Asahi to gain the position onto Mikolev because he is going to stick around the outside. At third 3. Breaking a slight contact between Mikolev and Asahi, but nothing hard, no harm doing for these two. Asahi now goes into the top 10. Halfway stage pass. It's Daniel Barger leading over Samiaki and Chad Wellsford against very race in fourth place. The top 3 have yet to make a pit stop. Same goes for Gonzalez, and Jake Martinez. Has already made a pit stop, so I want to pay attention to Lexi, who is currently on. Can I say all alone? She only has Raymar Gonzalez left in her marks. Aki, meanwhile, stuck behind lap cars, and that lap car is Shango, who is currently running in 14th place. Race is pretty much feeling pretty calm. Daniel Barger using that lap car as a pick. Well, Barger is going to have another lap car currently on his way as Sami Ake now goes into the pits. That is Wizard, actually, who is pretty much let Barger make his pass. So, for Barger stay pretty much in the lead as it stands with a 11-second gap. Back of Asahi. Here, Gonzalez, meanwhile, has now gone into the pits for his service. Lexi Bowen, we have been told that Bowen already made a pit stop, but if you look into the race field monitor, yep, Lexi Bowen still needs to make one more pit stop, so she is on a 2-stop strategy, which explains things. Well, everyone's at a 1-stop with varying degrees of success. Really, who was running in the lead is now back up into second as Daniel Barger now comes in for his pit stop. The race lead now comes in. There's still tons of drivers who have yet to make a pit stop. We're looking at Checo Labradores who have yet to make a pit stop. And right now, Sami Ake is going to be good until the end of this race as well. So we will see how Daniel Barger fares, and he has already got out of his pit box. No problems for Barger as he now exits the pit stop, exits the pits in second place with a decently sized gap to Sami Ake, who is only now just about exiting and coming into turn 1. Barger is now in the back straight. Has been passed on to Joshua Asahi. This is for 7th place. Alright, there's a battle pack forming. Antara, Rayleigh, Joshua Asahi, Sakaji Mikolev, Ali J, Raymark Rosales, Shango, just be able to join him as well. And we'll see the next drivers who will be making a pit stop. Labradors. Probably, most likely we will be pitting before lap 35. Same goes for Joshua Asahi, who have yet to make a pit stop, as well as Lexi Bowen. Well, for her, it will be her final pit stop. Same goes for Mikolev and all that. So, an interesting outlook so far. As we're now seeing Rayleigh now go down the inside of Antara, once or rather. Really going down the inside of Tanner, but and has actually backed off the rest of the field, and that's going to cause a chain reaction. He's going to try once again against Asahi. Down the inside he goes, and he just about keeps it aligned and not hit the high curbs. Rayleigh still on. Section. Right now, Rayleigh doing a very good job. Holding on off of, holding his own against the starting lineup. As we are now going to continue on with the second half of this race. Parker still leads. Nept, Labrador is currently your actual leader, but again, he will have to make a pit stop. And it's going to be a pretty interesting look here, as we are seeing a bit of a shuffle between entries. And meanwhile, we're seeing 6, 7, 8 cars. Don't make the joke. Anyways, already at the already in this battle pack, with Antara leading it. All right, as we're now seeing, that looks like Rayleigh going around the outside of Asahi, who's actually trying to make a move, but right now nothing doing for the. Whoops. Press the escape button by accident, but anyways, we are gonna get this race back underway. Sorry for the slight interruption, but anyways, we are now seeing also Sean go. Let's see if the mic is on. Yep, the mic is still on. Trying to make the pass. He's just about joined the pack of cars currently in this race. Up. But anyways, doing the best he can to get himself closer and closer to the rest of the pack. Development here in terms of the battles currently at play. Just checking on the mic and see if it actually improves. Alright, so back after this race, and we're seeing another driver make a pit stop, and that looks like maybe that's Jake Martinez, or is that Ed Sky? Oh yeah, Chaka Labradores. Chaka Labradores has made his pit stop. That will be the move that will that's just the move that is pretty much expected from the driver who started inside the top 5. Derek Barker has now taken the race lead back from Labradores' grasp. But anyways, it's still Barger in control after he's now made his pit stop. I don't want to jinx things, but let's just hope that the remaining drivers are able to continue on without any sort of crashes. Like any sort of crashes. Seconds now separate Barger and Ake. Meanwhile, we do have a ding-dong battle here for 6th place. Leading this pack. Every time I feel like Antenna starts to stint in this race, he will hang in the 155s, but then in the latter stages he will absolutely explode. But what's the reason behind this? We're just gonna have to just keep on going here as the turnaround changes to 6. And it will be a statement win if Dan Barger does win, who is currently running in 2nd place in the World CO. Currently running in 6 in the currently running 2nd in split A qualifiers. If Daniel Barger does win this race, it will be one of the most popular in Formula Hololive. And it's essentially a driver, essentially a talent who has one of her most popular moments be defined while donning the right outfits. Still waiting to be decided as to how Barger can get this done. Anyways, what's currently the situation here? Labradors has just exited and is now coming into the back of Sammy Ake. The race for 2nd is still on. Really trying to get close down to Antenna, but just could not get the move done. Same goes for Joshua Asahi. There's pandemonium in the mid-pack. Barger is doing everything in his power to stay in the lead. Samyake is doing a decent job currently in 2nd place. Oh yeah, we do have a bit of an update in our partner channel, the VTuber Racing Project. They have had updates in Corporate Car East. The Pen Bay race has concluded, and it's Meta Osita who takes the checkered flag and with it the championship lead. Position in this race. So it will now be Meta Osita on the championship, leading the championship. Komodo Koeki stays in 2nd despite not scoring 7 points in the 2nd race. Yayugiri second finish at Penbay. That's all your updates for Corpo for the VTRP for at the moment right now. But for now, let's take a look into the current provisional Formula Hololive Japan standings as it stands. Daniel Barger will be in the championship lead. Samiake will throw himself into CEO Cup qualification. He's also doing a very good job. Meanwhile, we're seeing more side-by-side action. That's Austin Wizard ahead of Ray Rosales. Rosales tries to stick her on the inside, but that's not going to work. Lexi Bowen, who is having a pretty good race right now, as the driver who initially came into this race as outside the scene cutoff. Stalking race. Solidly his place into the scene. Has made the pass on to Sammy Ake. In the background there. Apologies there. And that will put Chaka, as it stands right now, in fourth place in the standings at the moment. If he wants to secure a spot into the World CEO Cup. Obviously there are only 32 spots, and in this split only the top 10 will make the World CEO Cup in each of the JP splits. That's Daniel Barger now coming away against fellow teammate of sorts, Jake Martinez. Samiake ready to fight back against Labradors. This is a great ding-dong battle between the two. Ake now goes down the inside, but I don't think he's cleared. Labradors just yet hits the curb there. Samiake, that will mean the Labradors stays in second. Just ways to go. But I'm giving a bit of a plaudits there to some of our device drivers who are doing their best to get a good result, but right now things aren't going their way. That's officially including coming in from the device class cars, and the other two just failed to score points after having another pit stop strategy blunder. As it stands right now, Daniel Barger will be the Split A Championship leader, and also with the cutoff line being pretty interesting at 108 points. This will mean that Daniel Barger will also clinch a spot into the World CEO Cup. As we're seeing another side-by-side action, they still try to clear the lap car event Sky. Labrador still struggles to make the clearance, and that is gonna be a Santana has now turned back on the styles as he now is gonna lock himself in for the final 10 laps. Interesting strategy, but it works, I guess. That guy and looks like Joshua Asahi have made another pit stop of sorts. Well, he's already made 2 pit stops, so. And then there's also Lexi Bowen, who is also expected to make 1 more pit stop as a result. So right now the running order is Margaret Samiaki as well. That's why Lexi Bowen and Cal Gibbons. International circuit, and there's been some intriguing battles throughout the race. Heavy crashes, more importantly the racing. But anyways, Barger now stays at a 1.695 on that previous lap. Great job for himself. To go here in Yeongnam. So this makes a very interesting intrigue. All right, 35 laps complete, and Daniel Bunker has slightly improved on that previous lap. He's now currently at 150. So, another great moves there from Barger. But meanwhile, we are seeing some level of calmness in the running order that's not seen in a while. Oh, and that is a very dangerous move there from Lexi Bowen, trying to go around the outside. And almost hitting the wall as well as you almost could have seen an incident similar to Lorenzo Ricci, but fortunately, and thank goodness, nothing has really happened. So that's that. And here comes Samiaki going down the inside of Ed Sky. Looks to me that he's already consolidated 3rd place. Speaking of which, how's Bowen? It looks to me that Bowen is about to make 1 more pit stop, and that will send her down the order. Everyone else should be okay with their fuel. Everyone should be able to. It's going to Mikolev, who is about to make a pit stop as well. Really about to 6th place. potentially in a safe, put himself into a position where he is going to be safe. Fully expecting Lexi Bowen to come on this lap, and here she comes. Nicolette also expected to do the same thing, but it will be a bit later, so we will see how it goes for all of these drivers. Asahi has now dropped down to 15th after staying inside the top 10. Has just exited and she is only in 5th place. So not a lot lost right now. Right now, Lactors, Ake, Gibbons, and Bowen currently inside the top 5. And Tara Liu in 6th and 7th. Mikolev has yet to make a pit stop despite running very low. So we are going to expect Mikolev to make the move into the pits soon. And right now we have to Oh, and that's Jake Martinez! Jake Martinez is in the wall! What happened there to Jake Martinez? We just saw what happened to Jake, and I think it's similar to what happened to Lorenzo Ricci. Take a look! Oh, and that is... First, that is him having a... Yep, that is a heavy suspension failure for him. Hitting the wall like that. Yeah, let's see the replay. Another incident late in the race that will give life to Masahira's points prospects. He pulled it up on Sean Go, but that is the move that essentially sends him into a spin and all that. And he just cannot keep the car on the straight line, and he just peels into the side. That's his race over. Jake Martinez, my goodness. Still in Cecilia contention, but now it's way more suspicious than you think. Masahiro is now inside the points. Four drivers are now out of this race. 15 drivers remaining. All of them will score points. And we'll see where he will exit. We are expecting him to lose only 2 positions, as it's going to be a quick splash. There does make a left now coming into the pits for his pit stop, and it will be him at least losing 2 positions. So LJ now moves up into 8th. Raymond Gonzalez 9th. And Chondo coming in hot very quickly. Here's Chaka-Labradorus. Chaka-Labradorus. Oh, he hits the wall. Well, he manages to continue for now. Mikhailov just gets out. Wizard gets into 10th. Shongo in 11th. And Sagaji Mikhailov will go down to 12th and will be in... It will not be in the seal. It will not be inside the seal bubble. It's Sky 13th, Joshua Zahi 14th, Masaraido 15th. Interesting battles right here and there. And Barger. We're about to come into the conclusion here in the this Yeongnam Super Prix Split A race. Daniel Barger almost finishing his Cinderella story of finally giving Hoshima Suisei her first win in Formula Hololive since March 2023. The wait has been agonizing. Well, he just needs 5 more laps of agony. Just 5 to 6 more laps of agony for Barger to finally break the deadlock for Hoshima Suisei. There's every chance that he's able to do it. He just needs to keep that car in the right direction. The car needs to be pointed the right way. And right now, Daniel Barger is in the midst of a lap car battle. He is slicing and dicing his way slowly against traffic. But again, he really needs to be careful. And that's almost Daniel Barger choking it. He needs to just remain calm. He already has a 28-second lead over the Labradors. He does not need to push anymore. Just going to keep on checking. Labradorus will be promoted into lap 42, and Ali J has made the pass onto Raymond Gonzalez. Alright, there was supposed to be a pass, but they basically managed to stay where they are. Getting to on the outside. That should be safe. Set to be dropped into P10. Also setting, being set to drop a lot of positions. Also set to be dropped out of the sea of places. Meanwhile, we are just going to double check on the other surroundings here. The Labradors now have a 30-second gap Barger ahead by 30 seconds, of course. Make her appearance inside the top 10 for sure, I know, and she is doing a great job so far. Oh, there's a side-by-side action. Raymond Cazal tries to go again against Ollie J, but Ollie J continues to sweep around the outside with a great move. The inside, yes, he will, but the odds of him making it successful is going to be pretty low, as we're now going to see Ollie J sweep around the outside to defend, and that is a great move. Also making an appearance inside the top 10 with his second place. Cashew and Richie. These are your top 10 after this race in Yeongnam. And here comes Raymond Gonzalez now going down the inside again against Ollie J. And here's another move there from Daniel Barger, or rather that's Liu against Antanarao, but Antanarao managed to defend very well. We're in the penultimate lap here of the Yeongnam Super Prix. And right now we are just going to see if we might see some surprise last lap battles. But for now, we are looking at Daniel Barger, who's about to finally break a 3-year winless streak for Hoshimaki Suisei in Formula Hololive, for a member that absolutely has been seen a lot in the bright idol outfits. Again, as we mentioned, from 2023 to 2024, it will probably finally be vindicated. Daniel Barger, I just want to remind you, has had multiple second place finishes. His last second place finish was in the CO Cup in Okayama Race 2. And even then, in the qualifiers, Daniel Barger only had a third place finish and only qualified to the CO Cup. With him getting 2 top 5 finishes. But we're now in the final lap of this race. Daniel Barger, currently in the lead, can actually do something that he has been, that basically has eluded him for years. Can Daniel Barger actually hang on? That will be the big question mark. 2 second place finishes, 1 third place finish. Can it finally be overturned? Will the wait be over for all of the Hoshiomis in Formula Hololive? He's already won in Hololive GT3. He's already won in Holo Proto. And there's a last lap pass between Sammy Ake and Checo Labradorus on to the final corner. Ake cannot hang on. Labradorus hangs on to second. And Daniel Barger is also going to hang on at the top end. It's a stellar performance there for Daniel Barger as he currently makes his way into Sector 3. The shooting star, the diamond in the rough. Daniel Barger has only a few quarters left to etch himself into the history of the Hoshiomis who have won in Formula Hololive. Move over to Charles Thompson. Daniel Barger is the Hoshiomi in town in Formula Hololive. He finally wins it! Daniel Barger and Hoshimachi Suisei finally break that 3-year winless streak in the Yeongnam Super Pre-Split A race. Only 5 drivers finish on the lead lap, but who cares? Daniel Barger is here to stay. And Daniel Barger, against all the odds, against all of the heartbreak that he has experienced, he now finally gets to win another race. This time it's Formula Hololive. And in doing so, he has etched his name in aero competitions as another driver who have won in all 3 of Air Rose's competitions. He's already won in Hololive GT3. He's already won in Holo Proto. He's now also won in Formula Hololive. It has been a long time coming. That's not to say that he doesn't deserve it. Checo Labradorus also gets a 2nd place. Ake 3rd as well, as we're now about to see the final cars crossing the line. And it's going to be a side-by-side finish down the wire, but it's not going to be it. And here's your result. I cannot believe I'm saying this, but for the first time since 2023, Daniel Barger, Hoshimachi Suisei driver, will be on the top step on the podium in Formula Hololive Japan. And here is what it looks like. Daniel Barger with the win that will cement his status as one of the greats in aero competitions. He finally wins for Hoshimachi Suisei after a very much grueling 3-year period where he doesn't even win. Checo Labradorus gets a solid 2nd place. Sammy Ake gets home a solid 3rd as well, to put themselves in Suyo Cup contention to qualify. Callum Gibbons in 4th place keeps his wits about it in 2nd place. And also Lexi Bowen still going very strong here, makes her appearance in the top 10 for the first time this season. Also, for another fun fact for Daniel Barger, with this win, he is now mathematically in the Suyo Cup. So this is pretty much a performance befitting of Hoshimachi Suisei. So great stuff there from Barger. Alton Tannerall finishes 6th, Ryu 7th, Ali J 8th, Raymond Gonzalez 9th, and Ozan Wizard rounding out the top 10 for Ryu and Ali J. They're still in contention for the CEO Cup. They just need a good performance in Autopolis. Shongo in 11th. And then we got Isakaji Mick 11th, 12th, Ed Sky 13th, Masa Raido 14th, Joshua Asahi in 15th place. I just wanted to check the results, and right now it is pretty much accurate. Yep, that's your accurate results here. Jake Martinez, unfortunately, alongside Lorenzo Ricci, had been overzealous in trying to make an overtake at turn 18, hit the wall, and have retired. Cashew essentially rolled over on his side, which essentially rendered his car unable to move anymore. So he is also a DNF. Same for Maverick DCM. It's a simple engine failure. So that's 4 retirements in this race, and this will absolutely dampen their chances to qualify for the CEO Cup. Alright, with that out of the way, we are about to show you the standings for the JP class standings. And just wanted to sort a few things out. Alright, so we are just gonna see if we can, let's see how it works here. Alright. Alright, so currently in the, so we're gonna update you all the top 10 of the championship standings here, after Yeongnam. And guess what? There is no surprise. With Daniel Burgers' checkered flag here in Yeongnam, he now takes the championship lead. And what are the average finish he's had? A second place before this, and then a win here gives him an average finish of 1.5. Coming into our top list, he has every right to rest himself and focus on other competitions. But for today, the woman of the hour is Hoshimachi Suisei. Cal Gibson also Wizard will stay inside the top 3. The defending race winner before this stays in 3rd. Cal Gibbons has a great result here that essentially, let me just check. We are just going to update the points just a moment. So yeah, Cal Gibbons sits at 280 points, Oza Wizard at 232. And then we got Chaka Labradors at 4th with 197, Asami Ake at 154. The four Labradors and Ake who did finish on the podium, they've done a great job in staying where they are. In doing a good job into moving themselves inside the top 10. Same goes for Lexi Bowen in 8th place with her 5th place finish. Alison Tanneral drops down to 6th. Alright, has also moved up to 6th place with 6th place finish. Martinez drops down to 7th place after his DNF. Same goes for Mohamed Cashew and Lorenzo Ricci. And with that out of the way, we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to today's Formula Hololive Japan Qualifiers Split A race here in the Yeongnam Super Prix. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in, even if you are a VOD gang. So I hope to see you all tomorrow for another race in Formula Hololive Japan. This time we will decide Split B's as options. So with that out of the way, oh yeah, also just want to remind you that's tomorrow 10 a.m. JST/KST and GMT 1 a.m. So we hope everyone is able to attend tomorrow's race. My name is Mama Shadreza in the commentary booth, and you've been watching the Yeongnam Super Prix of Split A. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow for Split B.